Hi all, good morning. Hope you are doing well. Today we are going to learn one more important topic, that is a method. Okay. Quickly I will revise few things which are related to this topic. Okay. So we know like data types, right? How to store the information. We know where like if you go with the student details like first name. Okay, you can store like this, like um, Virat. Okay, and where last name equal to Kohli. Okay, where age equal to suppose 32. Okay, where he's logged in. Suppose if you want to um, deal some booleans, is logged in. So this is a string. You can store a string. You can store a number. You can store a boolean value. Suppose if you are storing information related to one particular user or one particular product at the time. Okay, instead of storing the information like in a variable like this, we should go for an object, right? That's what we have learned already. So where you can say like student1. Okay, student1 equal to what you can do, you can store instead of that as a key value pairs. Simple. First name Virat, but when you are storing information in a object as a key value pairs, here instead of equal to we will use a colon. Simple. That means the one property. And next here we can do the last name as Kohli. Okay. This is what already we have understood, but I'm just doing a revision so that we can understand today's topic. So is logged in. Okay, suppose true or false. So you don't need to store individually because it's all these properties are pointing to particular user, particular person, particular student. That's why it's better to store details here. It's easy to maintain. So I'm just removing this. This is not required. So okay, suppose how to read the values from the object. So simple console.log. If you see, if you just mention student1, it will print all the details of that particular student one. So let me open that file in the browser and we can check the things in the browser itself. Console. Right click, inspect. So if you go to the console, you got the object. Okay. Just remember in JavaScript, everything is an object. So there is a we should give a high priority for learning objects. Of course, every topic, but object is the main important thing. So if you see object, you will get a key value pairs so that age that of course it is just shuffling in alphabetical order, don't worry. So all properties are there. Age 32, first name Virat, is logged in, true, last name Kohli. So no problem. Even if you want to read a particular property, what you can do, console.log. Okay, console.log, you can do student1 dot, okay, first name, so that you will get first name of that particular student. So I'm just removing the breakpoint, so because we know already these simple topics. So if you see first, if you log console.log student1, it is providing all the complete object. And if you want to read a particular property, So you can mention a property name like this. So student1 dot first name. And there is another way. So suppose how you are dealing with arrays, it's very close to the same thing syntax. So you can do one thing. Student1, you can put array kind of syntax. In that, instead of that, you can mention the property name. Property name. So what I'm doing, student1 dot first name. This is also perfect. And student1 of, you can mention the property name like first name, last name, age or something. But this syntax is you should follow. So don't forget to put those things in a single quotation. If you don't put, let's see. Okay, first use a single quotation, because if you don't put that, it will treat like it try to understand as a index. So if you see, you got the same results, Virat and Virat. Let me try without putting single quotations. If it is working, that is surprise to me also. Okay, if you see, it's giving like uncaught reference error, first name is not defined, because whenever you are following a array kind of syntax, okay, arrays we have um, the things will start like index will start from 0 to like in that sequence, right? So when you're reading values from array, suppose marks of 0, this is valid because you don't need to give a single quotation or double quotation, because it will treat it as an index. So here, if you give the property name without giving a single quotation, it will try to understand as an index number, but this is not a number, right? This is a string, so it will be a complex conflict, so that it will throw an error. So just remember, the important thing is student name, the first name. Okay, so just refresh, you will get the proper results. So right now keep this aside, but practice it and keep it aside. So I don't want to confuse you in a two ways. Okay, so just follow these things, that is also very important, and just note down and practice it and keep it aside whenever it is required. Again, we can utilize that one. So now student1 dot first name, and again go with the console.log if you want to see the age of a like particular student dot age. Okay, so this is also fine. Okay, it's working. So now today's topic is a method. What is a method? Okay, so first of all, we should go with one more detail. Suppose is logged in. So here we stored information as a string. We are able to store information as a number. We are able to store information as a boolean. So in the same way, we can store information as an array. We can store information as an object, and we can store information as a function, like logic as a function. Let's see. First of all, we can go with the arrays. So, highest scores details or highest scores. Okay. So just understanding what I'm saying. So his highest score in one days, I think 183 in T20s. If I'm not wrong, he got a century, some 126. The test cricket definitely has a double hundred. Someone, okay, I'm not sure what is the number, but okay. This is for one days T20 test cricket. Otherwise, we can go with this order. So that means we can store information as a array. So if you want to read that information, you can go console.log student one dot highest scores in all the formats. So you will get that array of information. Perfect. Okay. Otherwise, you can take another example. Suppose he's uh, playing for the one is BCCI. He's playing for Indian Cricket Board, and he's playing for Royal Challengers Bangalore, right? CB. So that is a good example. So that if you want to see that information, playing for, so just refresh this one. Fine. So we know that yes, we can store information, array of information also as a key value pair in the object. This is most important. And one more thing, suppose if you want to see um, what is the index number of 0, so no problem, you can go on the place and play with the index number, it will work out. Now we are going to learn how to store object inside the object. So here, address detail. Suppose if you want to store address of a particular student or a player, so here I'm writing the house number is like 4-11 and street, you can say like SP Nagar, and city, suppose east, normally is stayed in Delhi, right? And okay, pin code, so just give, okay, it's a number, right? So 50007 0. This is not the Delhi pin code, but I'm just giving a random number, okay, for example. So we can store information as a string, we can store information as a number, we can store information as a boolean, we can store information as a array, we can store information as an object inside the object as a key value pairs. So if you see, if you want to see the address of that particular player or student, console.log, console.log, console.log student1 dot address. Okay, so that you will get the address details. Just refresh. So if you see, you got the, if you see the big the first object like student details, address, this is a key, and this is the value is the object. Age is a key, value is a number, this is string, boolean, again it's a string, this is array. And if you see, even if you just expand it, you will find the index number. So whenever you are finding that index number, that means it's an array. Whenever you are finding as a key value pair, that is the object, the simple thumb rule. Okay, I hope, suppose even if you want to read some information about the pin code, suppose object inside the object, right? Suppose if you want to read the information of student one dot address inside, at the same time if you want to read the pin code, so you can put one more dot like pin code. This is perfectly valid. You will get a pin code separately. So you see, you got it. So now we understand we can store strings, a number, and a boolean, and array, and object also as a key value pair. Now, now we are into the topic. So we can attach a function also to object as a key value pair. So let's see, first we can create a simple function and then we can deal with that. So I'm just creating a function. Suppose the function is say hello. Function is say hello. If you call this function, if you invoke this function, console.log, what you will get, suppose hello, okay, good morning. So we know how to invoke this function. Suppose after this, if you call say hello, this is invocation. So if you want to invoke the function, you should mention this as parenthesis, then only it will invoke the function. So what will happen, whenever you invoke the function, it will create a separate execution context for that and it will complete the process. So it's working. So hello, good morning. Okay, so far we have learned all these things already. So before jumping into the actual topic, if you have any question, if you have any confusion what we have discussed so far, just let me know quickly. Understood everyone, or do you have any questions here? Okay, we can, if you have any question, quick questions, ask me quickly. Understood everyone, or do you have any questions here? Okay, even I think if anyone watching the live, only one person is watching, no problem. If you have any question, just ping me, I will reply on that. Okay, if you don't have any question, just at least tell me understood or not, yes or no, so that we can jump into the topic quick. Srijan, maybe you're talking on mute, I'm not sure. Understood, everyone should replay. Okay, good. Okay, it's very simple, already you have learned these things. Now if you see, we can use a function also as a key value pair. So if you see, this is the function, right? You're able to see this is the function, this is the function. So but whenever you want to deal with this thing, so first, what is the function name? Say hello, right? Just give say hello as a key. Okay, observe that syntax. What is that? Say hello as a key and a function as a mm, property. So here you no need to give a key value again. Just a minute. Function name, so that you will understand. So if you see, what is the difference between here? The function say hello. This is what the normal function syntax. But you want to attach this function as a key value pair to this object like student1. So if you want to get student1 dot say hello, it will execute this function. But here simply say hello. You can write function and parentheses. So here normally we will give a function name here, right? So instead of that, just remove that and give function name as a key. So now if you see here, I'm just calling directly, right? So say hello, but we have a another thing inside the object. So if you want to invoke that, if you want to invoke that, you don't need to go for a console because already it is displaying the console. That's why you don't need to use the console here. So simply you can go and student one dot, what is that? Say hello. So this is a function invocation. So that don't forget to give a parenthesis. So you should invoke like this. If it is normal function, okay, outside the any object or any function or something, so you can call directly. But if it is inside the, if it is a say hello is a property of a object, at the time you should use object name dot and the function name and invocation. So if you see, it will also work as it is. So refresh. So if you see, hello, good morning, this is from normal function, this is from the function which is there inside the object. So here I will give a different message. This is called a function, okay? And if you attach any function as a key value pair to the object, that is called this is It's called a method. This is as simple as. So if you see, just refresh this, the boom. So this is say hello, same function name, but it's outside there. The syntax is different, so that is a function. And if you attach a function to a object as a key value pair, like this, if you see, address is there, it's an object. Age, like a number. First name, a string. Is logged in, a boolean. Last name, a string again. Playing for, it's an array. And if you see the say hello, it is a function. You are attaching a function as a key value pair, then we can call this function is a method. Just remember, this terminology is very, very, very important. So, okay, understood? What is the difference between a method and a function? Just ping me yes if you understand. If you don't understand, tell me what is your question. Quickly. Understood or not? So almost we are entered into very, very important topics. So don't miss even a single session. Adya, Sultana, Srijan, Jahnavi, understood or not? Okay, very good. So fine. So simple. I'm just deleting this thing. I will tell you. I will give one more example also. So here simple. I'm creating a employee. Okay, simple employee. I'm writing same first name. Is like can go for okay Mahmoud Siraj. Okay, last name is bowling very well. Siraj. So age 20, 23, maybe 26. I'm not sure. Hopefully, is less than 26. First name, last name, age, and location. Okay, you can say Hyderabad. So here, if you see, normally we can store something as a full name. Suppose first name, last name is there. Full name is also very important, right? Full name. You can store this like Mahmoud Siraj. Fine. So here you can read the information like this console.log employee dot first name. You can read it. Even you can go on employee dot the full name. You will get the full name like Muhammad Siraj like that. So if you see refresh, so you're getting Muhammad Siraj. But here, this is the most important. Please focus carefully. So we already have a first name and last name. So what is a full name means is a first name plus last name, right? If you just concatenate first name and last name, you will get a full name. So you can calculate it, you can construct based on the available values. So suppose if you have a marks details, already you have a marks details of array of marks details like this. Hyderabad, suppose marks, some marks details. Suppose he has suppose 67 and 90 and 98 and 68, 4 subjects, 5 subjects, and 6 subjects. So if you have already a marks details in the object, you no need to store total marks. Like suppose for example, he got some 480. So and a percentage kind of thing. So what we can do, if you have already a marks details with the help of JavaScript, you can calculate the total, right? You can calculate the total. In the same way, if you have a first name and if you have a last name, you can construct the full name, right? So that instead of storing like this, what we need to do now, I will tell you what is the advantage of a method. So here I'm writing a method get full name. Okay, get full name. So before that, I will give a simple example so that it will be easy for you. Otherwise, you will get some sort of confusion. So save it. For now, I'm just commenting this one. So I will give an example with normal function. Then we can go with it. So where first name equal to suppose Mahmoud and where last name equal to okay Siraj. This is fine. So I'm writing a method function. Okay, function get full name. Get full name. So what it will do, what this function will do, if you give a, if you give first name and last name, it will construct the full name and it will return to you. So if you see get a full name here, I'm passing two variables as an argument. So addition of two numbers. This is simple. If you have addition, you can pass two variables, right? A comma B. So here I'm just copying A comma B like that. Here you can say again, suppose X comma Y. Suppose. So if you pass the first name, it will store into X. If you pass last name, it will store into Y. And what it will do, where full name equal to simple. If you want to construct the full name, just to do concatenation x plus y. What will it do? If you do two or numbers 2 plus 3, it will be 5. If you just do a plus operator between the strings, it will do concatenation. So what it will do, it will return a full name. So where full name of that a player or a student, so it will return, okay, it will return, okay, full name. This is the local variable, so this is different and this is different. So even if you have a confusion, I'm just putting a z here. So return z. What will happen if you pass the first name and last name? First name will store into x, last name will store into y, and x plus y, it will concatenate, it will construct a string called Muhammad Siraj. Even if you want to give some space between those strings, you can just put some space like this. So it will provide some space between Muhammad and Siraj. Okay. So fine, you are returning that value so that you should store the returned value into this. So these are all things we have discussed already. So if you didn't practice, please go back and learn and practice. So console.log console.log full name. So if you see what will happen, so you will get the full name. Uncaught resistance. Oh, fine. Last name is not defined. So maybe some spelling mistake. Okay, the last name. So just refresh. So see, you got the result. So even if you want to debug it, what is happening here, just put a breakpoint, refresh. So if you see in the global scope, you have a, you will get first name and last name somewhere. Okay, those are undefined. So if you see the first name and full name and somewhere last name, everything is undefined because only memory allocation is completed. So now enter, what will happen? First name, last name have a values. First name is Mahmoud and definitely the last name will be Siraj. So here what you are doing, you are invoking the function. Whenever you invoke the function, what will happen? It will create another execution context, right? Another execution context here, and it will provide the local scope, and it will copy first name into X and last name into Y, that local scope, and it will calculate X plus Y into Z, and it will return Z. The Z will come and store in the full name. So right now in the global scope, the full name is still undefined. If you observe carefully, first name is Muhammad, and where is that full name? First name, focus, full name is undefined, and last name is Siraj. So I'm just invoking the function and observe carefully. In the global scope, already first name and last name is there. So that first name as copied into X. Observe carefully here. Last name also copied into Y. X and Y is there. So if you execute where Z is equal to X plus Y, what it will do? It will construct the string Muhammad Siraj. Now it is going to return. So if it is written, this local variable information Z is going to store in a global variable information called full name. So so far that is not copied. Once you execute this return statement, once you execute return statement, this Z value full name will copied into this variable called full name in the global scope. So execute it. So if you once you executed, that local scope and execution context for that function is gone, and if you scroll down you will find the full name. Yes, you got the full name, and you can display in the console like this. So whatever you write, any logic, please try to debug so that you will understand clearly. So you're getting the Muhammad Siraj as a output. Okay, this is what we know already. It's like a simple addition x comma y. Whenever you are invoking the function addition, you can pass 10 and 20 so that it will copy into x and y, it will calculate the sum and it will return. Here also same, we are instead of passing a numbers, we are passing a strings. So if you do plus here with the strings, it will concatenate instead of doing mathematical operation. So it will return. So this is very, very simple. So the same thing, the same function, full name is there. We can utilize the same function, same structure inside the object also. Okay. So just let me know it is clear, or do you have any questions here? Quickly, who are watching the live also, you can mention yes or no here so that I can understand or understood so far kind of thing. Of course, some delay is there, definitely, who are watching the live. Okay, tell me, understood? Okay, fantastic. Now we are going to learn something new, something interesting, something confusing, everything. So you guys understood this. So I'm just because even if you don't know how to pass arguments, how to receive the parameters, that's why I'm explaining this. Go back. Now here, so if you see here, we have a first name and we have a last name, and we are going to write a method get full name. Okay, get full name colon. Here I'm writing a function. Just remember, writing a function, writing a function. Okay. Here, if you pass some parameters, suppose x and y in the same way, I'm just putting x, comma y. Yes. It will take x value and y value, and same thing I'm writing where z is equal to x plus y. Observe carefully. If you do practice, you will understand. Same function, nothing difference. Where z is equal to x plus y. This is simple. So the same program what we have written so far. Function x comma y where z is equal to x plus y. What it will do? It will return z. That's simple. Perfect. This is also perfect syntax. So what you can do here, if you want to get a full name, get full name. So previously the function is available outside, right? That's why you are calling directly. Here the function is inside the object, that is called a method. You can call that one also. Employee dot get a full name. What it will do? It is expecting two things, two parameters, x value, y value. If you give that value, then only you will get, right? So what you need to do? First name, where is your first name? Employee dot first name. Last name, employee dot last name, right? So you can give that one, employee dot the first name. Still you have a confusion. First I will give a hard code value. Okay, suppose Virat comma Kohli. If you give Virat and Kohli, what it will do, whenever you invoke this function, again it will create the execution context. This Virat will store into x, this Kohli is going to store into y, and it will concatenate x plus y, and it will store into z, and it will return z. So if you see the var output equal to employee dot get full name, employee dot get full name, perfect, and do a console.log, console.log output. Okay, that like a full name of a employee. Here we have removed the full name property, that's why I'm just removing. So nothing. Simple thing is previously the function is outside the object. That's why we are calling get full name directly. Right now this function is inside the object. That's why we are calling employee.full name. Apart from that, nothing like complex. Okay, so if you see, same thing will happen. You will get the output. Just refresh. So go to the sources. So even you're calling employee.get full name. Previously, just outside you have a function you're calling. Right now you are calling a method, and so if you just invoke that function, same, the Virat has copied into x, Kohli has copied into y, and now it will calculated x plus y, that is Virat Kohli. So you should just give us some space between that, that is fine. Return z, then what will happen? It will copy it into output. It will copy it into output. If you see in the global memory, definitely if you just go to output, alphabetical order OUT, output Virat Kohli is there, and you can print in the console. Just execute it. You will get the output Virat Kohli. Okay, so just I'm just providing same thing. Okay, Virat Kohli. This is simple. Understood, everyone? Quickly tell me. Understood or not? I'm saying we entered into advanced topics. Oh my god, something is shaky. If I open this one. Understood? So do practice. Tomorrow we are going to learn the most complex and confusing topic in the JavaScript. That is called this keyword. The most confusing part in the JavaScript is, for me at least, 90% of the programmers in the world, if I'm not wrong, they will get a lot of confusion with a keyword called this. Okay, what the hell is this? And we can learn that one tomorrow, because if I explain today, it will be more confusing. That's why if you do practice this, then only you can understand what I'm going to talk tomorrow. Otherwise, you can't understand. Okay, so still we have a 16 minutes. Okay, still we have a 16 minutes. So I'm just stopping the live over there in the Microsoft Teams. Do practice now itself and show it to me. Okay, whatever we have done. Okay, if you're doing any mistakes, no problem, I will help you, because it will complete one round of practice. Okay, over there in the live, please practice. Otherwise, I'm not sure what will happen. Bye bye.